the downtown coordinator for the City of Chelsea, and my guest today is Bethany Rosa, who's the housing planner with the city. So thanks so much for joining me, Beth.
Thank you for having me.
So what is a housing planner? Are you building houses?
I wish. Well, we have developments that are going on throughout the city, and we have affordable units that are being built, and a housing planner basically works with the new developers, and we also work with nonprofit groups. We work with first-time home buyers to try and get them into their first home in Chelsea.
So I know that one of the programs that you're most excited about is working with folks who already have homes here in the community. Tell me about that program.
Yes, so we have a housing rehab program that we can give funds to homeowners if they need their property fixed up to code, if they have a lead issue, if they have any kind of issue whatsoever. They have to be income qualified, they have to own the home, and we can go behind their first mortgage. If they own a single family, a two family, or a three family, we can help them.
So what kind of help do you provide?
It works as, it is a loan for 15 years, but it reduces itself each year. So if you stay in the home for 15 years, it becomes a grant after that.
So if I sign up for this, I'm not paying you any money, and
No,
it just, as long as I just stay there?
Yes,
it's all
and
good.
you're income qualified. You have to be at 80% of the median income. And if you have tenants in your units, they also have to be income qualified. And it's pretty high. We have all of this information on our website. You also have to keep the rents affordable to the tenants if we do their units. But if we just do the owner-occupied unit, it would just be theirs. But we offer the program in targeted areas through Chelsea, which is the Shirtlift Bellingham and the Addison Orange neighborhoods. We have a map of where we do that. We also work with another group called Chelsea Restoration Corporation, and they work with different lenders if it's outside of the target area that they can give help to homeowners too.
So you said it's about getting the house up to code. So what does that mean?
Yes, if they have electrical issues, if they have a heating problem, if there's any roof problem, any kind of health and safety violation that, say, like Inspectional Services Department finds, or they just need assistance in getting their house back up to like regular code standards.
So if I qualify income-wise and I live in those neighborhoods, I could get my unit de-leaded for free, I could get a new roof for free, I could get a new heating system for free.
Yes, it's possible.
It sounds too good to be true.
I know. It's a federal program. It's through the Community Development Block Grant Funding, which is through the Department of Housing and Community Development, which also comes from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. So it's a trickle down. The City of Chelsea is a mini entitlement, so we get the funding through the state. So that's where the funding comes from.
So about how much money would I be eligible to receive to help on these projects?
We can go up to about $35,000 per unit. So we have a lot of properties in the pipeline that we're working with right now. So it's really taking off well.
So how would I find out more about this awesome program?
Well, you can call me at the City of Chelsea. I'm in the planning department, and I can get you started. We're working with other rehab specialists. We have contractors that we work with. We do everything from soup to nuts. We do the work write-ups. We, do the bids for the contractors to try and get you the best price. We do our walkthroughs. We inspect the property ourselves, and we walk you through the loan closing, and nothing is out of pocket. There's no cost.
Wow, that's great. About how many of those programs, like how many grants per year do you end up doing in projects?
Well, right now we have in the pipeline about 15, so that's what we're targeted for right now. So
great.
But we'd like to do more.
So tell me a little bit more about the first-time homebuyer program. You talked about that just a second.
Right. Chelsea Restoration Corporation runs first-time homebuyer classes, and they do them in both English and Spanish. And if there is a renter or someone looking to purchase in Chelsea, they can go through this program, and Chelsea Restoration Corporation sets them up with different lenders and teaches them everything on how to purchase your first home. They'll get a certificate of graduation at the end of the class, and if they can purchase a home in Chelsea, we will try and assist with that and offer them down payment assistance and closing cost assistance, and that is also a grant.
Is that open to anybody?
They have to be income qualified at 80%.
Even just taking the class, can anybody just take the class?
Anybody can take the class, yes.
Any fee
Anybody.
connect with that, or is it free?
There is a fee associated with it, yes. But it's great to have, because if you're going to go through any kind of mass housing program, they have low interest rates. They do no PMI, which is a private mortgage insurance that a lot of lenders carry. If they have this certificate, they can get the best programs that are out there through the lenders.
So I imagine buying a house is a really daunting task. It sounds like it'll help you. If I were to take the class, it would save me from making a big mistake with hundreds of $1,000s on the line.
Yes, the class navigates you through things to look out for when you're looking to purchase a home. They have realtors that come in, they have banks that come in, and they have attorneys that come in and go through the whole home buying process from beginning to end. Great.
And are you one of the instructors with that too? Do you get involved, or would I see you if I go to the class?
Well, you might. You may, yeah. They're offering them now at different intervals. You can also go on chapa.org, and they do Saturday classes throughout the region. So, but Chelsea Restoration is directly here in Chelsea. So, and again, they offer them both in the English and the Spanish.
Yeah. So if I was, I know sometimes you end up going out with ISD to do inspections, and tell me a little bit about that part of your work too.
So we have a targeted code program where we go out and we do certificate of habitabilities on, these are certificates to check rental units, make sure that, again, those are up to code, and the people that are renting these units are safe and they're healthy. And if they're not, then we contact the owners of the units and we get them to bring the properties up to code. And if the homeowner needs assistance, then we come in and we offer that. We also have affordable units in Chelsea that have been funded through another federal program called HOME, and those units are affordable, and the people that are renting those, I go out and inspect those annually. So I do inspections on those and make sure that those are up to code too.
So if I was a tenant and you say like a certificate of habitability, like what are some of the things that you look for when you're doing those inspections?
Yeah, well, we make sure that there isn't any rodent infestation, that the electricity is up to code.
Excuse
God
me.
bless you. And that there isn't any chipping, peeling paint with lead, and there are children under 6. That's the lead law. So those are the major types of things.
Are there issues like around crowding, or do you check the electrical and the heating systems and stuff like that?
Yes, we check it all. Yeah.
So what happens if you were to find the apartment's not up to code?
If they're not up to code, then we contact the owner and we explain to them what's needed to be fixed, and then we issue them either a violation, and then we go back and we check to make sure that they've fixed it.
Now, I heard something about that you're inspecting all the rental units in Somerville?
Somerville?
Or I'm sorry, in Chelsea, that to like every 5 years, something like that?
Yep, it's called it's a 5-year certificate of habitability program. Yeah.
Great.
We're on track.
And so tell me a little bit, there's other affordable units in Chelsea that if I'm somebody who's really getting crunched for my rent, what kind of supports are there for that?
Well, we don't have a list of what the affordable units are. We can give some of the property management companies, we can give out their phone numbers, but the housing units come up, the ones that come up for resale, the homeowner units, we have a list that if you want to get on that list, you can contact me and I'll put you on the list so that if one becomes available in Chelsea, that we will email that to you if you want to purchase it. So we have affordable units that are rental and home ownership. So there are 2 separate pieces to that. So, yeah.
And how do I find out about the affordable units? I just call you up and get on the list?
Yep, you can just call me. Yeah,
wow.
That's fine.
And about how long can I expect that I'd be on the list before I'd...
Well, it depends on what you're really looking for. You know, we can keep you on the list and then send you, you may not want that particular one, but so it depends. And you could possibly go out and find your own as well. It's tough because Chelsea's, you know, the prices have gone way up, and it's difficult to purchase here right now. So the affordable units are the way to go. They're restricted pretty much in perpetuity, which means forever. So when you purchase an affordable housing unit, you're purchasing it at a discount, and then you're signing a new restriction that when you live there, and if you're going to sell in 10 years, you're going to keep that unit affordable. So you will sell it to another person that is at low income. So you know, it will stay affordable forever. You purchase it at a discount, you're going to sell it at a discount. So it's the way that the program works.
Yeah. So I know a lot of folks are really worried about affordability here in Chelsea. What are some of the things that the city's doing to help keep the city affordable? Sounds like some of these programs, are there sort of big picture thinking or stuff that you're...
Yes, the city passed an affordable housing ordinance that so each development that comes in, a certain percentage of them have to be affordable for the new developments that go up, and they will have to market them to all residents.
And I assume the units are in different sizes, you know,
Yes.
little ones, family-sized ones?
Yeah, they go from 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, basically. I haven't seen too many 4 bedrooms being developed lately, just because it's so costly to develop. So, yeah, that's pretty much.
And when you talk about what an affordable unit is, what dollar amount does that translate to?
Well, it depends on what the size of the unit is. If it's a rental unit, it can go from $1,200 up to $1,800 for a 3-bedroom. Those would be considered affordable to a family at 80 or below of the median. Depending,
so that's still a lot of money, $1,800.
It still is, yes. So what we're trying to push for is some units that are at 30% of the median, because I think the need is there in Chelsea. A 30% unit would be way lower than that. So your income could be less than 30% and you'd be able to afford to live here. There are some being built right now in Chelsea on 242 Spencer, which is a project that's being developed by the neighborhood developers. So they're keeping in line with that, which is nice.
Yeah. So in terms of eligibility, you talked about some of the income eligibility. Are there other things like, does the person already have to be a Chelsea resident or
No.
be a citizen or things like that?
No, not through Community Development Block Grant.
Great. So as long as I'm income qualified, you'll be able to help me.
Yes.
So if my friend from another community, I want them to come to the awesome, be my Chelsea neighbor.
Yeah.
They can still.
As long as they're income qualified.
Great.
Absolutely.
Well, are there other things that we haven't hit upon that you might want to chat about?
I don't think so. I think we nailed it.
Okay, so a couple of the phone numbers that people might want to know about, if they're looking for affordable rentals,
they could contact actually the neighborhood developers too as well, because they own a lot of property here in Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I think that we have their number here.
Yeah.
Should I name?
Well, they can put it up on the screen for us, and people can contact the neighborhood developers. And then if folks are looking to buy affordable units, they contact you and they can get on the list?
They could contact me, and they could also contact Chelsea Restoration Corporation, which is right here in Chelsea, to take the class and start the process.
Great. And then if I'm a homeowner needing help with some big ticket items that is getting the house up to code, I call you and you're going to set me up in an amazing way.
Yes.
Through the
Yeah. Call me.
Great.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all this amazing resource and for the work that you're doing to help the community.
Thank you.